To me, a Michigan Wolverine is great. To me, a Michigan Wolverine.
Michigan Fan TV, I'm here with Sam. Michigan's going to win 34-17. A lot of hype was coming in with Bryce Underwood and the team this year. So what are some of your just takeaways from watching the game?
Very good. I mean, it looked great, and overall, I mean, team looked great, but I mean, 34-17 against a team that they were a 39.5-point favorite. I mean, you'd think they'd do a little bit better than that. Bryce Underwood had a little bit of hiccups, but you'd expect that from a guy that's coming in from a senior from high school. So I'm excited to see the future of what he's going to do. But overall, we were hoping for a little bit more, but you know, a win's a win, and we're going to take that.
I love where you're thinking with Bryce. You know, before the game, we talked to a lot of people. Some people were saying national championship, undefeated. Yeah, where do you stand on that right
No
now?
freaking way. I mean, if you watch that Ohio State-Texas game, I mean, Ohio State was crazy. And I'm coming from a neutral bias, so I'm not trying to stomp on any Michigan fans' toes, but that team looked crazy. And I don't know if Bryce is going to be able to handle something like that this early in his career. So we'll see how he develops over the season and see if he develops and improves. But right now, from what we've seen, we thought he'd come out a little bit more hot. I don't think so. You know,
do you think some of it was maybe the play calling? You know, maybe to protect them, to take less.
Maybe.
What do you think?
Right at the beginning, right? It was very run heavy, and we were kind of expecting it to be more pass heavy, and I was expecting to be a little bit more explosive. Wasn't quite that, right? And so it sucks. You know, we wanted to see more fireworks, wanted to be a little bit more exciting, but it wasn't quite that, right? We wanted it to be more, but you know, it just wasn't quite that way.
And moving on to next week, going down to Norman, Oklahoma. What kind of things do you think Michigan needs to do, or what can they do on the road in such a tough environment?
I have no fucking idea. I have no idea. You know,
they need to open up the playbook.
I think so. That's what I mean. That's what they were gonna say. I mean, right? He looks great. I think they need to give him more access to everything. Let him make mistakes. Right? It's gonna be okay.
He's getting closer to him. You can say whatever you want.
He's not gonna be perfect in everything. Right? So let him make some mistakes. Open up the playbook. Let him do everything he wants to do. Let him do what he's good at and see what works and go from there.
And you're Sam's friend here.
Yes.
What's your name?
He's the real fan.
Julian.
I don't know what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
All right, now, Julian, I know you've been trying to chime in a little bit. So
it's okay.
I'm gonna let him take over. All
right, Sam, thank you so much.
Yeah,
All right, Julian,
thank you so much.
Go ahead, just take it away. What are some of your thoughts?
I have a lot more expectations from Bryce Underwood, but that's only because this guy was the number one.
Oh, you got caught up?
Right? Yeah. He was the number one recruit, so personally, I have a lot more expectations, but the guy, listen, he's a freshman. He's going from maybe like a couple hundred fans in the stands to 110,000, I think was tonight's attendance, right? So 110,000, but going down to Norman next week is going to be a very, very hard game, but I'm expecting Sherrone to open up the playbook a lot more, because why not against your alma mater? Why not, right? You're going to be not here at Nebraska next week, right? The week after that, week 4, he's suspended, right?
I believe that is a game he's suspended for.
Yes. I believe that's the next weekend, maybe not. But I expect him to just open it up in Normantown, and it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a close game. I'm not expecting Michigan to beat the brakes out of Oklahoma. They're a good team. They're not bad. John Mateer is not a terrible quarterback. Obviously, has more experience than Bryce Underwood, but I'm expecting a lot more from this team than what I've seen today. Even though today wasn't even a bad night. It was not really a bad night overall. They won the game that they were supposed to win.
I mean, did you think New Mexico played well? I mean, were they a little better than you thought?
I personally think so. I was here for the Fresno game last year, and we won that game. You know, I think we scored around the same amount of points, but I think we played a lot better this year than last year. Will Johnson obviously played last year. I'm not gonna lie, but New Mexico really came out and played a solid game, being away from their home. So I'm not gonna dock them anything that they put up.
All right, so the last thing I'm going to ask you, does Michigan win next week?
Of course, I'm going to go ride with my guys all the time. I am not going to shy away from giving them the love. I liked what I saw from the defense today. I liked what I saw from the defense today personally. I I'm going to expect a close game. I'm not going to expect a beatdown from either side, right? So if Oklahoma does win, it's going to be a close game. I promise you. Michigan will go down to
Julian, I really appreciate your words and your insight, my man.
Of course.
All right, go blue. All right,
Go
thank you so
blue.
much.